County. Dana?
All right, thanks, Kelsey. Film critic Josh Bell is here with the Bell Breakdown on this Friday, and we've got a couple of movies to talk about. I kind of asked you a little bit ahead of time, which I don't usually do, but I thought this Stuber movie looks kind of, well, stupid.
Yeah, you had the right idea about that movie.
Silly, not funny.
Yeah, not really very funny, and kind of weirdly excessively violent. Like we were saying off the air, the stars of this movie are really appealing. We've got Kumail Nanjiani, who's very funny, is on Silicon Valley on HBO and had a great movie called The Big Sick a year or two ago. And he plays Stu, who drives for Uber, hence Stuber. He's kind of this bit of a loser, bit of a timid guy, and he ends up getting hired by a cop, an off-duty cop played by Dave Bautista from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Big, giant action star guy. Of course, they're a mismatched buddy team, and this cop hires Stu to drive him around because he's just had LASIK surgery and he can't see. So he's basically Mr. Magoo.
Sounds funny.
It sounds like it could be funny. I feel like this movie just has a misguided sense of humor. It's trying to be a throwback almost to these 80s action comedies like Lethal Weapon or 48 Hours, or even more recent stuff like the Rush Hour movies. But the sense of humor is kind of abrasive. The characters aren't likable. I wasn't rooting for them to become friends. Of course, they bicker, and then they eventually see how they really ought to get along. And the storyline, the action thriller storyline, is excessively violent for a kind of lighthearted movie like this. The action isn't very good, and you've got Dave Bautista, who's a great action star, and you've also got Iko Uwais from the Raid movies, who's this incredible martial arts guy as the villain, and yet the action is choppy and it's hard to follow. I felt like Kumail got a couple funny lines, which I'm guessing were probably improvised. There were a couple laughs to me in this movie, but overall I feel like this is a missed opportunity, that these guys just don't work as well together as they should have, and the plot is kind of dead.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like when I watched the trailer, I feel like the trailer's not even good of this movie.
No, the trailer isn't. And
right?
if you can't even get the best moments in the trailer, then what are you going to do for 90 minutes? And like I said, I did laugh once or twice at a couple lines, but overall, I thought this was kind of a painful time at the movies.
Okay, maybe a rental on a rainy day.
If you really like these guys, maybe, but I think overall, skip this one.
All right, let's talk about Crawl. How about this? This is a killer alligator horror movie.
Yeah, killer alligators. Come on.
This sounds great. Okay.
This was actually quite good. I was pleasantly surprised at this movie. If you are interested in a movie about alligators that come in via a hurricane, then you will like this. It's essentially a disaster movie crossed with a bit of horror. It's more of a suspense thriller than a straight horror movie. Kaya Scodelario from the Maze Runner movies plays this college student who is trapped in her family home with her dad, played by Barry Pepper, in the middle of a hurricane in Florida, as these alligators have escaped from a nearby wildlife preserve and are stalking them. And it's not campy, it is a little silly, but it's played pretty straight, and it's actually quite suspenseful and intense, and it's well acted. And again, if you want to see a movie about alligator attacks, this is about the best that you could hope for.
Well, that's good. I mean, I feel like there aren't a lot of alligator attack movies.
There aren't. We have sharks in tornadoes, but we had not had alligators in hurricanes before. And it does resemble shark movies in a lot of the way it's constructed, and some of the POV shots and the way the alligators kind of moving through the water and things like that. But it's different enough to provide a somewhat unique spin on it. But really what's good about this movie is that it does what you expect for a movie like this, and it does it well.
Josh, I love this positive review, because sometimes I get notes about you that says Josh doesn't like anything.
I like what's good. You missed last week. There were two good movies last week also, so I've been quite positive.
I was awful. Good. Positive, Josh Bell. Well, yeah, listen, I think your reviews are great. They're honest.
Thank you.
They're honest. Okay, go see the alligator movie. Do not see Stuber. That's the Bell Breakdown in about, what did we do, 2 minutes. So stay with us. We're back after this.